Ever since podcasts could move, we've had Haunted Phosphorescence. Hello, everyone. What's a bad miracle? It's me, your host, Thoreau Smiley. Who's joining us?
Hey, I'm Josh Cece, and I accidentally watched...
Tell the horse we're ready to do one. I'm Brian Lesh.
I'm Jeremy Reed, and this is my side shit.
I will cast abominable filth at you. I'm Alaric Weber.
And
So watch your back.
yeah, you don't want Al's abominable filth. It's abominable. Oh.
Hey, my keys.
Yeah, is that a payday rapper? This is Harmless Phosphorescence. It's a deep dive movie podcast where we pick a theme or a series, we watch the movies, we gather some research into the production source material, and we tell you all about it. This show is brought to you by our patrons. Patrons like executive producers Michael Beckwith, Atticus Burkett, and our newest, Holly Stacknick. Hi, Holly. Hi, Atticus and Michael. You can hear me say your name. If you want, go to patreon.com/harmlessentertainment. $1 a month is all it takes to start. We have multiple tiers there available. The executive producer tier gets your name on the show along with some other groovy stuff. But $1 is all you need to listen to all of our back catalog of monthly movies and holiday shows and all sorts of stuff there. Patreon.com/harmlessentertainment. This week, we're on our second week of Haunted Phosphorescence, our yearly foray into the spookier side of things. This week, we're on our second movie, which was chosen by Mr. Brian Lesh, and the movie we are watching is Nope.
Did you know that the very first assembly of photographs to create a motion picture was a 2-second clip of a black man on a horse? And that man is my great-great-grandfather.
Great.
There's another great-grandfather. But that's why back at the Haywood Ranch, as the only black-owned horse trainers in Hollywood, we like to say, since the moment pictures could move, yeah, skin in the game.
What's a bad miracle? They got a word for that.
Yeah, nah.
Nope.
I just want to say, I bet the Germans have a word for bad miracle.
Oh, yeah.
They got a word for everything.
It's Fleiklin. It's Baden Mitterklin.
That was a little Irish there.
Yeah, I know. The word for bras keeps them from flopping.
That's it.
Sorry, that was one of my dad's. So Nope was released July 22nd, 2022. Running time of 130 minutes, cost $68 million, made $171 million. It was the least profitable box office wise of Jordan Peele's 3 films so far, but it didn't do bad, and it was a COVID release. So, I mean, that's it. Yeah, I believe it did very well on VOD. So, I don't think anyone was disappointed. I don't think it hurt Jordan Peele's bankability in any way.
Yeah, I remember all the buzz. There was a lot of talk, even being COVID-y.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's crazy. It was only his 3rd movie.
I know.
It feels like he's been around forever at this point. Ever since he made Gremlins 2. But
that's in the movie.
It's in the movie.
I have no idea what you just said, but
I think it's interesting that he used the Stevie Wonder. What is that? Fingertips or whatever? Little Stevie Wonder.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't use it like the I Got 5 on it in the movie. Like it didn't become like a integral theme of the movie.
Yeah, no, it did not.
It's a quiet film.
It is. It's much less musical than either Get Out or
sound design, everything, not just music.
The sound design is
you can feel the stillness of that valley.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the emerald needle drops, which are some of the loudest things I've ever heard in a movie theater and in rewatches. Yeah, so loud.
Yeah, no. Yeah, when she puts a record on and he's outside every time, it's just like bam.
Which is great sound mixing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nope was, it's a fantastic movie. It, like I said, it did decent at the box office. So let's play the box office top 10 game. This is the game where I will describe the top 10 movies of the week of July 22nd, 2022. And the guys here are going to try to guess what movie I am describing. All right. So for the week of July 22nd, 2022, this is just long ago enough that I don't remember. Like, I wouldn't remember which movies happened to be out, but also so close that I'm like, did this just occur?
Yeah.
At number 10 at the box office. In 1950s London, a widowed cleaning lady falls madly in love with a couture Dior dress. Deciding she must have one, she embarks on an adventure to France that will change not only her own outlook, but the very future of the House of Dior.
Holy shit.
Along with House Targaryen.
What?
Is
this Lady Gaga?
No, it is not Gaga.
No, it's not House of Gucci.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't know. They all sound the same.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Designer brands.
Sure.
It's all Latin to me.
This movie stars a bunch of people. Leslie Manville.
Manville?
Manville.
Not Leslie Mann?
You had me in the first
Leslie
half, yeah.
Manville. An entirely different. She lives in the city of men. But let's see. We got Jason Isaacs is in there. Not a lot of people that are especially famous. This is based on a popular novel from mid-20th century. It is Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris.
Of course.
By Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
Not Harry Goes to Perry.
The platypus.
That story was happening simultaneously. We're just following her, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Harry's tearing it up, though.
At number 9 at the box office this week. There's no words in here I can say that aren't going to just tell you what this movie is. 4 years after the destruction of the place from the prior film in this franchise, operatives attempt to track down a scientist while another scientist investigates genetically engineered creatures.
Oh, is this Jurassic Park Dominion?
Jurassic World Dominion, yeah.
World.
Yeah, Dominion. Which is aren't they something? Isn't Jurassic World Dominion about like some sort of like surveillance of security surveillance?
Yes, and GMO foods making giant animals.
Oh yeah, that's right. Bugs and stuff.
Giant
It
insects.
has a lot of moving parts for being a dino movie.
Aren't they making another one? They're making like Jurassic
There's one right
World.
now.
Well,
Panopticon
Scarlet. There was
or
just
something?
Jurassic World Black Widow. Yeah.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
already greenlit another one.
Yeah.
Wasn't this the one where Jeff Goldblum goes before Congress and talks to them about the velociraptors and the surveillance van outside of his house?
Two raptors from Quantico pizza delivery.
Be like, they can work doorknobs. They can do anything.
So he rose up in the ranks like bam.
Number 8 at the box office this week. After being abducted and locked in a basement, a boy starts receiving calls on a disconnected phone from the killer's previous victims.
The black phone?
The black phone, yes. Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke, right? Yeah.
Or as Jude
and
likes
Joe
to
Hill.
say, Maya Hawke's dad.
It's a Stephen King Jr. joint.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Hill.
Yep.
Like, ring, ring. You up? Yes, I'm locked in this space.
Isn't it basically just the ring? Like you hear if you're close enough to the phone, you have to answer it, and then you're gonna die anyways. So
No, I think there's like a serial killer aspect to it. There's Ethan Hawke's
There's
character
a dude in a mask.
and
the
the
phone.
supernatural.
Yeah, I was going to say the phone allows
Aspect
him
with
to
the
talk
phone.
to other kids that
It's
had died.
based off of like one of Stephen King's son's short stories or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, his name's Joe Hill. It's like he had one idea, which was this haunted phone. You know, his father did the same shit. He wrote a whole book about a car and a dog. And, but yeah, it was just the phone, and he sort of filled it in.
I really should have.
Sequel coming out?
Yeah, there is a sequel coming out. I really
He gives him a cell phone finally.
Yeah, when I was younger, I really should have picked a household object and said it was and to be haunted and made a book about it.
This is kind of funny though. It's like having the haunted camcorder, you know?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Or VHS tape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, right. Yeah. Can objects be
My
haunted?
haunted.
Sure.
I mean, we did have a haunted ham radio movie with what's his face, Jim Caviezel.
Yeah.
That's why his dad's so talented, because it's not an object. It's what if the whole place is fucking haunted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody's weird.
Yeah. And then also for some reason there's a kid orgy.
Like, fuck the
That
phone.
was the cocaine writing.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Or some weird self-confessional thing, like he was in a circle jerk when he was young. And he was
Oh,
trying to-
yeah,
normal. He's like, we all did this, right? And we love
It's
the
like,
50s.
no, man.
Yeah. In 1957, this is what the kids were doing.
Nope. Sorry.
Maine is a different country, brother.
Yeah. Exactly. Backwoods up north.
But then there's always just some random like guy walking around being like, "This is the magic jujube," like just like saying weird Stephen King shit, but like creeping people out, and he's not actually evil.
He's like a sinister, benevolent salesman.
Yeah, yeah, but like like just spouting Stephen King
Chaotic
isms,
neutral.
like my pecker's hard as a wooden rock horse or something.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, and then you always have. Let's not forget, we always have to have the sidekick black person who teaches the white guy to be sidekick.
Yeah,
we gotta. We love a magical Negro around here.
Yeah, he never quite.
Yeah.
And again, maybe being up in
Yeah,
Maine.
I mean, the dude.
Well.
The,
Hey,
Just
he
with-
means well.
I mean, he's a white boomer guy from Maine. The fact that black people exist at all is like,
Yeah, he means.
Yeah.
He means well. I'll give Stephen King always like. He's not trying to be offensive. He's just like, I'm real old, man.
Well,
Remember what he named him though in The Shining? Dick Halloran. The hilarious
Well,
name.
Holler. He's he's from the generation that created the phrase "I have a black friend." So that was the
Yes.
like, hey, I'm cool, I'm hip, I'm like, there's not a negative anything about it, but just out of touch.
But then Stanley,
like, hey, jive turkeys.
Yeah, but then Stanley Kubrick, the most British American white guy ever, made Dick Halloran so funky.
He wasn't British.
I said the most British American man.
Oh, gotcha. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Dick's apartment is awesome. We've talked about it before.
We had a whole show.
Yeah.
Number 7 at the box office this week for July 22nd, 2022. A lot of 2s in there. Hank has a head full of dreams. He wants to become a samurai, so he sets off in search of his destiny. I left out some important information.
I was going along. Oh, yeah.
Is this a Kevin James movie?
No. Well, I don't know. Maybe. It's impossible to tell. So, I'm going to read. Here's our cast.
The Mall Ninja.
Here's our cast. Michelle Yeoh, Jimon Hansu, Asif Manvi, George Takei, Ricky Gervais, Sam Jackson, Michael Cera, and Mel Brooks.
What?
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 This is animated.
Is it a panda?
It's not a panda, but it's that.
Is it Legos?
Some kind of panda.
It's not. Is it some kind of panda, Alex? Yeah.
Let's see. Like
it is anthropomorphic animals, and they are interested in being samurai, but they are not. There is not a panda involved in this one. There seems to be a dog and a bear.
I feel like it's intentional.
No kung fu.
We're getting there. We're getting there. The title is kind of a pun and a reference to Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee?
Oh.
Is that Bruce Lee?
Enter the something?
No. Maybe that wasn't a Bruce Lee film. I can't remember. It is called Paws of Fury.
Oh. Fist of Fury is a Bruce Lee.
The legend.
Yeah, Fist of Fury.
Yeah, Fist of Fury is what. The Legend of Hank.
Wait.
So I think this might be the sequel.
Wait, Paws of Fury? Isn't this the fucking Blazing Saddles analog?
Oh, I think it might be. But this is the sequel, The Legend of Hank. I think the first one was Blazing Saddles, basically Blazing Saddles.
That's why Mel Brooks is in it, because he gave them his blessing and was like, "Can I be in your movie?"
Side quests. Side quests always.
And supposedly it is really true to the tone and not the irreverence of it, but the concept of the movie of Black Sheriff Bart and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I've never heard of this before.
Yeah, but
I read about it a couple of months ago and forgot about it completely.
Yeah, this one was The Legend of Hank, which was the sequel. At number 6 at the box office this week, an American musician lives and plays music, then dies. I can't say anything more because it's gonna just tell you.
A Star is Born?
No. That was earlier. This movie was basically one long montage. I kept waiting for the opening montage to end, and then suddenly there were credits.
Queen?
Not
Elvis?
Elvis. Yes, Baz Luhrmann's
But that Austin
Elvis.
Butler guy, he's captivating to watch.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tom Hanks's accent.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. It's about Colonel Tom.
And Colonel Tom Parker's our narrator with the accent the whole time.
Yeah, that accent was key.
No, it was the Baz Luhrmannest movie ever. It just kept.
I think Moulin Rouge.
Well, yeah, okay, fair enough. That's a little more Baz Luhrmann-y. At number 5 at the box office this week. The description starts with, the story involves, which is an interesting way to approach the description from whoever writes the descriptions for Box Office Mojo.
Yeah, the story involves a situation.
The story involves a man confronting his past while training a group of younger people in the thing he does, including the son of his dead best friend.
Top Gun Maverick?
Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, nice. Yeah, all right.
Yes, indeed.
That's what that's about.
I secretly want to do those movies.
I mean, there's only 2. It wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rule is if you do them, you have to do them shirtless with a volleyball the whole time.
Oh, and greased up.
Yeah, we got to be oily as hell.
If you've never seen the movie Sleep With Me, it's I think it's an early Bombeck. But anyways, there's a fantastic scene with Quentin Tarantino in a kitchen at a house party, just going off on a monologue about the homoerotic elements of Top Gun.
I've never seen that movie, but I have seen that scene on YouTube.
It was the next one after Kicking and Screaming, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was the second movie.
Kicking and Screaming.
Oh,
Chef's
one
Kiss.
of my favorite movies. Yeah,
Same.
So good. And then the Kicking and Screaming soccer movie with
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell came out, and I was like, wait a minute,
You've
ruined the SEO.
That was one for my childhood.
I saw it on an airplane. So at number 4 at the box office this week, a woman who raised herself in the marshes of the Deep South becomes a suspect in the murder of a man with whom she was once involved. I have never heard of this film until right now.
Princess and the Frog 2?
Where the
dark gritty reboot?
Where the crawdads sing.
Yes, exactly.
Hell of a pull, Josh.
Wow, I was unaware of this film.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. Stars Daisy Edgar Jones.
Oh.
An actress who Hollywood keeps trying to tell me exists, but I have yet to see on screen in anything. At number 3 at the box office this week, the untold story of one 12-year-old's dream. There's more, but I think I want to leave it there.
So it's not told? Or did they tell it?
It's told now.
Oh.
This is, I don't know what number in a franchise. It's a franchise that has a main series and then an offshoot series that was just as popular. And this is a sequel in the offshoot series, but it has the lead character of the main series as the 12-year-old. So it's a prequel to the main series while being a sequel in the offshoot series. And it's animated.
Shut up. And it's animated?
Yeah. And our cast...
Is it Lego?
It is not Lego. Our cast includes Michelle Yeoh, who apparently does every animated film ever.
Jeez.
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh works when it comes to voice work. Yeah. She gets a lot of voice work.
Yeah. Michelle Yeoh, Julie Andrews, Russell Brand, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren, Danny Trejo, Lucy Lawless.
Fuck? Julie Andrews and Dolph Lundgren together again?
Danny Trejo?
Performing
the Three Amigos?
Was Julie Andrews in that Punisher movie?
Oh, and RZA's in this. Okay.
Mary Poppins in the Punisher tunnels that are all so clean. That's why.
That's how they're so clean.
Yeah, the clean stainless steel Punisher tunnels. Yeah. Let's see. We've got Will Arnett, and the star is Steve Carell as Gru.
Oh, is this a Minions movie?
Minions, The Rise of Gru.
Jesus.
Yeah.
How many of those are there?
How many Minions?
Minions or movies?
Minions movies, specifically. Because that's like you said, it's an offshoot of Despicable Me. But I feel like there's more Minions movies than there are Despicable Me movies at this point. Yeah,
like, there may very well be, because, like, I don't know. I lost track a long time ago. And number 1 at the box office this week, our protagonists enlist the help of some people to help on his thing that he's doing. There's no way to say this.
Nope.
This is technically the fourth film in a specific franchise. We did all four of them. It is the 30-something film in the overall franchise
Love
that we
and
did.
Thunder?
Love and Thunder.
Ah, okay.
Yep, Thor, Love and Thunder. Nope is at number 2. And at number 1 at the box office this week, the residents of a lonely gulch in inland California bear witness to an uncanny and chilling phenomenon. Nope as number 1 for the week. That is our box office top 10 game, which brings us to the production of the film itself. As we said, Nope is Jordan Peele's third film after Get Out and Us. It was... there's not a whole lot in the background of it. Jordan Peele cited King Kong, Jurassic Park, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Wizard of Oz, Jaws, Signs as his inspiration for this film or influence on it.
Didn't see all that.
He said that since he made movies that made money that were low budget, he was able to make a big budget movie that pushed technological limits. That was his goal. He showed everybody King Kong because King Kong is still technologically a really crazy movie.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that was their goal with this was what can we do to push the limits technologically? And they did a ton of graphic replacement of the clouds. No cloud in this movie is real.
Yeah.
And the entire sky is fake.
The stars as well. Yeah, I was looking at those. Not that we could tell real stars from fake, but I don't know. You could tell that. Just everything is so crafted.
What's the Dutch guy's name? Hoyt van Hoyte or whatever?
Oh,
the Christopher Nolan cinematographer guy, or
Antler Hoyt.
No, well
the actual cinematographer.
But yeah, he did the cinematography for this, and they shot Day for Night on IMAX and replaced the sky completely. So they were able to do all kinds of crazy, different ways to do Day for Night, like the non-HBO approach.
Yeah.
The character design is neat too, because he didn't deliver anybody this character design. This took a long ass time for a design team to iterate over and over and over and over and over until it lost its tentacles and became what it is now.
He said his main inspiration for the premise was Neon Genesis Evangelion. Anybody watched it?
Yep.
Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know, it's an anime, of course, late 90s, I think, or maybe 2000s. I can't remember. But there's the angels in Neon Genesis Evangelion, which are creatures possibly from another dimension, another planet. They are, but the entire thing ends with after the coma bed masturbation ends with all of humanity becoming a single consciousness that gets absorbed into these angels.
A sci-fi world according to Garp.
And then the movies after that cover the character working out his own self-hatred and deciding whether humanity should stay a big pool of consciousnesses. It gets real psychedelic and real weird.
Yeah, it gets real crazy at the end.
Aside from the sci-fi and the technical aspects of it, I like the Jaws inspiration and things like that because there's that underlying predator, like Chris Rock said, that tiger didn't go crazy; it went tiger.
Yeah,
so it starts to deal with those themes of predator and how it's cooperation. Any animal is just cooperating until it's not.
I saw one of the guy who does the music, I forget the dude's name, talking about how Jordan Peele approaches things, and he had asked him, I want the audience to feel a certain thing. That was how he was explaining to him, instead of like, it needs to feel like a cowboy movie at this moment. It needs to feel like a sci-fi movie. He was saying he wants the people who are watching the movie to feel like they're watching Close Encounters, and to realize at a moment that they're watching Jaws, which I just thought was really fun. Like, oh shit, that's really like, you completely miss it if you're not looking.
Yeah,
I mean, I see Jaws a lot more than. I mean, the Close Encounters stuff is quite obvious, but yeah, I mean, like, everyone was in that shark's home. That shark didn't go hunting for anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
So what is a predator and what? Anywho.
Yeah, no, there's so much Jaws in this. From Jupe being the stand-in for the mayor. To like the team having to like go out on I don't know. It's so much Jaws, but also some Close Encounters. But
like Brian was saying, they create a vibe like instantly, and they switch it up, and it just works.
And even down to the score, which like at moments quotes Western scores, at other moments quotes sci-fi scores. It's fantastic. Our score done by Michael Abels, who has scored all of Jordan Peele's films.
The way they do the music sometimes too, and this whole movie is full of screw the audience jokes the whole time. It feels like a Simpsons episode almost.
Yeah. The
or a Key and Peele sketch. Like the Chris Kattan moment where, where he's so passionately describing how brilliant Chris Kattan is. Yes. That's something out of a Key and Peele sketch. The two valet characters.
100%. Yeah.
This is genius. And we can litigate what Jean Jacket is later, but on its face, from how it's marketed and then how it feels on first viewing, this is the best Cowboys versus Aliens movie that's been made. It's not called Cowboys versus Aliens.
This is better than Cowboys versus Aliens by quite a bit. Yeah. No, the amount of care and craft put into this, the Easter eggs, the references, it's all just off the charts.
He's a filmmaker. It's undeniable.
And it's a love letter to the films that he grew up loving, which is why there's so much Spielberg in this, why there's so much, there's the Western. Stephen King. Yes, so much.
And it's so new while being an homage to all those things.
We had to visualize so much. Even the millennial generation. Now AI will show you exactly what it looks like, but we had to visualize those vibes and get scared by a book. And it happened, and it's wild, and it has that liminal kind of vibe to it. Fill in the spaces mentally.
Like I said, this is the second Jordan Peele film we've done. We've done 2 of 3. This will be 2 out of 3. The only one we didn't do yet is Get Out. But
that's interesting.
I think Us is one of the greatest movies. I just love it. And one of the greatest horror movies, no doubt.
Yeah. Us is the scariest of the 3, I think. Definitely.
For sure.
So we've got Daniel Kaluuya as Otis Jr. Have we done a Daniel Kaluuya film
Black
before?
Panther.
Black
Panther 2.
Yep, that's right.
Civil War? No.
Was he in Civil War?
No, he wasn't in Civil War.
But he was in
Endgame.
I swear he's shown up in other things.
Yeah.
As a side character.
Okay, he was in Kick-Ass 2 as Black Death. So that's at least.
Did you guys ever do Johnny English?
No.
He was in one of those.
He was in Johnny English Reborn.
Huh.
Yes.
I forget that he's British, and I was watching him do an interview about this, and he kept talking about working on the ranch.
The ranch?
Ranch. British.
It's like, what the fuck?
The ranch.
Kiki. Not that we talked about it, but he did an episode of Doctor Who back in 2005.
He did do an episode of Doctor Who.
Oh, wow.
And that episode of Black Mirror as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a great
10 million talents or whatever.
Yeah.
So Jordan Peele specifically rewrote the characters around his actors after they were cast. So Daniel Kaluuya's character OJ became a little more untalkative than I think he even was to begin with.
Taciturn.
I like how laconic David Kaluuya plays him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I mean, Tarantino says he does the same thing. People are like, do you write roles for actors? He's like, no, I don't know if they're available. I can't write a script with Brad Pitt in mind.
Yeah, it is possible to rewrite a script after it's cast. that
He says the only actor that he's ever specifically written for is Sam Jackson, and he's like, I'm sure he's like, Sam answers the phone.
Yeah, Sam always shows up. Yeah.
What's his name? Angel basically changed the character that he plays completely.
Yeah, completely. And Kiki Palmer, Emerald. As Emerald, so there's a lot of stuff, like, so for instance, there's a brief reference to her being, there's a couple brief references to her being queer in some way, but that was because Kiki Palmer has publicly said that she refuses to define her sexuality, and that was an aspect that she brought to the character.
She seems like a free spirit.
Yeah. Apparently that the safety speech she gives at the beginning, Jordan Peele said she did it 12 times and there wasn't a single take that was the same.
Awesome.
I love it.
We'll talk about it when we get there, but that's such a great character moment too for both of them.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Kiki Palmer, let's see. I don't think we've done a film with Kiki Palmer before. I'm not seeing anything here. So. She got her start in Barbershop 2. That was her first big screen appearance. Off of a TV, doing like Law and Orders and ERs and stuff. But
let's not forget her first starring role was Akeelah and the Bee.
Akeelah and the Bee.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Yep. After that, she did some Medea, Family Reunion specifically. And she was in a number of Ice Ages as who was she in Ice Age? Peaches, who is what kind of animal is Peaches? I have no idea. Anybody?
Non-binary.
If anyone who knows. It can be sloth or mammoth. It goes both ways.
After the first one, so.
Yeah, she was in Ice Age Continental Drift and Ice Age Collision Course.
Ah, yes.
And she is in the upcoming Spaceballs 2.
Awesome.
Yeah.
She'll be great in that.
Yeah, she will. Kiki Palmer is great. Stephen Yeun as Jupe. Stephen Yeun. I have never seen an actor in my life who is just sad in every single role. Every single role, he's just sad about stuff. Every single time.
One of the most traumatizing deaths on TV.
Walking Dead?
Yeah,
Glenn.
Yeah, fuck that. I had checked out of Walking Dead at that point, but
that's kind of when I did.
Yeah, I think season 4 is when I checked out. I was like, I can't anymore with this. And now there's like The Walking Dead, the Dale Dixon Chronicles, the Book of Carol. I'm like, why are there so many colons in this fucking title? Stephen Yeun has done well. He was he's been in tons of movies, but I feel like he's been much bigger on TV even. I mean, Walking Dead, obviously. Beef was fantastic.
Oh, yeah, Beef.
But film-wise, Minari came out 2020 already. That was a big one.
One that I really liked him in was the Boots Riley one. Sorry to Bother You.
Sorry to Bother You. Yes,
where he plays a Union Salter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh man, that's a good movie.
Wasn't he just in Mickey 17?
Yes, he was in Mickey 17. He was,
yeah.
He's the piece of shit friend.
Well, and he was in Okja, the Bong Joon-ho 2017 film.
The pig one.
Yeah.
The giant cloned pig things.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
He's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great.
And of course, Invincible.
That's right. He is the voice of Invincible. Yeah. He's voicing Zuko in the upcoming Last Airbender sequel series. That's weird. Anyways, because Zuko already had an adult voice in Korra. Anyways. Let's see. Michael Wincott as Antlers Hoist, who I really feel
Hoist
was named after the actual cinematographer Hoyt van Hoytema. I feel like that's like.
I think his last name is Holst.
It is Holst.
It's Holst.
Yeah. You said Hoist.
Yeah. No, that's an L, isn't it? Yeah. It looks like Hoist. Michael Wincott, though, we saw him in The Crow.
Oh yeah.
And Alien Resurrection.
And just recently in Dead Man.
In Dead Man, that's right.
Yeah.
This dude's been in a lot of the films we have covered. Yeah. It's funny, he was in Dead Man and Dead Girl. I think we mentioned that in that movie, or in that show. I'm sorry, that's Dead Woman.
Suspect.
Thank you very much. But
I just can't get enough of his voice.
Yeah.
Ever since The Crow, that voice is just resonated.
I think this is the first movie I've ever seen him in where he wasn't playing just like a complete scuzzbag, like dirt scuzz guy.
Yeah.
Well, and this is quite possibly the single greatest poem reading of all time.
Yeah. Let's see. Brandon Perea as Angel Torres. Brandon Perea. He was in Twisters after this, so he was still doing big budget stuff. Dance Camp was his first big screen performance. He was in America's Got Talent. Figure It Out. Wow, he was like a dancer guy. Oh, he was in the OA. I watched that. That was an interesting series. And in Doom Patrol. He's in the upcoming Untitled Insidious sequel, which I hope they leave it as that title.
Untitled.
Just Untitled Insidious sequel.
Sounds insidious.
Insidiouser and insidious.
Insidious.
We've of course got that's our main cast. Keith David, of course, as Otis Sr. He gets the and Keith David as
he deserves it.
Yeah, Keith David is
legend.
Yeah.
That is a man who knows how to marry his cousin.
Yes. We've covered The Thing. What else has he been in that we've covered?
They Live.
They Live.
His casting in this is a screw the audience joke.
And it's
because he survives to the end of The Thing. And he doesn't make it 2 minutes in this movie.
Yep. He's the first on-screen death.
Gotta make the first one big.
Well, is he though?
Yeah.
Well, okay, I guess technically they get some Gordy stuff first, don't we?
Well, no, because the opening sequence is inside jean jacket.
Right.
And there are screams.
That's true. That's
so
true.
There might be deaths the whole time.
And then he's ejecting all of the stuff those people had on them.
Car keys, nickels.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's a TV in there, which is still on.
You got campers.
Which is interesting because electronics don't work, but the TV at the beginning is on, and it's inside jean jacket.
I feel like that was just like a choice.
I think it's the reflection of the TV that we're watching, showing the inside or something like that.
Yeah.
That's true because the reflecting bolt that cinematographers use. Yeah. We see that, and then he even makes one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's an interesting reflection of the TV.
Then the Mayhem Bible verse, "I will make a spectacle of you," and all of that comes up.
I'm gonna bring this whole town to the motherfucking ground.
Well, and the whole thing about like spectacle, the exploitation of animals, the exploitation of child actors. There's so much in this movie about the industry and it's
again crazy. About what's safe and what's not safe.
He talks about how writing this movie made him the desire to make a spectacle, made him interrogate why we even like spectacle.
Mm-hmm.
Which honestly is such a fun inspiration to take from I made 2 movies for cheap. I'm going to get a bottomless budget for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Most directors might not take that and go,
why do I want a bottomless budget to make a spectacle?
This is inspiring the art itself, instead of them just being like, yeah, I'm going to make a fucking alien movie, dude.
Yeah, Michael Bay would have been like, and the flying saucer explodes. Like,
I've got a whole laundry list of like little things, but I'll save it. There's not a lot in the production of note other than what was brought to it as far as themes and that goes. It has 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. I've got a few Letterboxd reviews. Letterboxd reviewer Frames of Nick writes, "Giant gaping butthole in the sky eats Californians. 5 stars." By the way, he edited that to say, "This review is unfunny as hell. I'm sorry, Jordan Peele." Letterboxd reviewer James writes, if it's so hard to get footage of this thing, then how did the cameraman of the movie get footage of it so often?
Hey, how does the cameraman get the flash in DC movies?
Asking the real questions out here.
And Letterboxd user Drew Phillips 09 writes, "I want to have sex with the alien. Is that weird?"
It is a giant butthole in the sky. Yeah.
There's always going to be one. There's always going to be one.
There's always, yes.
What's that meme of the Korean Parliament? Wood. It's like slamming his hand down on the button.
Yeah. So yeah, that is about it for the background, guys. We ready to jump into the movie?
We're all doing an exploding fist bump.
Yeah, I'll take that as it. Well, so that's another thing of note. So Jupe claims he invented the exploding fist bump, and then he does the exploding fist bump with Gordy. So, like, just so many little things like that. So many. So, all right. This is...
Sorry, did Gordy invent the exploding fist bump?
Exactly.
Yeah. Is that chimpanzee cultural appropriation? Are we all stealing the fist bump from this poor victim? I don't know where I'm going with this.
All right, guys. Here we go. This is Nope. We open with the sound of a sitcom over the production cards, then shots of a bloody chimp in a birthday hat on the set of said sitcom.
I just, as we all noticed, the sitcom dialogue comes up before any imagery or anything. And one of the first things said is the mother character going, "Nope."
Yeah, exactly. You think
a rocket
scientist could get a good birthday present? Nope. And it's said as like a 90s like catchphrase, like
The word's used a lot, and it's interesting.
We cut to the Agua Dulce Valley in California. The Haywood family has a horse ranch that they train for film productions. Otis Sr. and Otis Jr. are taking care of the horses. Otis Sr.'s riding one. Otis Jr.'s heading back.
He's riding Ghost.
Yeah.
Right?
He's riding Ghost. Suddenly metallic objects begin falling from the sky. Otis Jr. turns to see Otis Sr. falling off his horse. He runs over. He's been hit in the face. He rushes him to the hospital, but it's too late. He's died. We see that he got killed by a nickel.
So we hear Jean Jacket, and he asks him, "Do you hear that?" Before the sound of the coins and everything.
Yeah.
Also, the nickel, pretty sure that the nickel, he chose the nickel because it's better than the house key or the dime, but it used to be the Buffalo nickel and got changed back to Thomas Jefferson in like 38.
That's right. Yeah. So then we get a title card and credits over the inside of Jean Jacket. It looks like a kind of square hallway shape that we're moving down. We see the first motion picture of a jockey riding the horse.
I know where the light is coming from because it sees through the little front wedge. It has a little, what do they call the camera? No.
Oh, the aperture?
What do they call that? The effect before you use the chemicals?
Oh.
Where it flips it over?
Oh, the
camera obscura.
Yeah.
So it has a camera obscura inside it, basically, that it can see through that hole, the pinhole.
Well, and it is the inside of, and the square, like mouth, eye thing, whatever that is of Jean Jacket is intentionally designed to look like a camera lens. If you look at your camera lens, it is square inside the circle.
Yes. And yeah, Brian, you're right, because when he starts to sort of go after OJ, like it's moving itself as if it's trying to look, like a bird would kind of thing.
Well, and it can look out the bottom through the big hole too.
When it like pulls up on him and like
comes
in at this angle.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's taking a look at him.
Well, and remember the like angels. So it was inspired by the angels from Neon Evangelion, and when he completely unfurls himself at the end, he resembles biblically accurate angels.
So the skirt came after the movie design had happened, like after the production discussion had started. That was like a midpoint. Was like, oh, it needs a giant skirt like that, which is so fascinating that he didn't come to them with like, I want a giant floating thing that folds up. They just kept trying to solve this problem over and over and over and over again, and finally arrived at that. And then
that's some jellyfish vibes.
Yeah, very jellyfish. The design of Jean Jacket is really interesting and unique and very striking,
and reversed engineered into fitting into the 50s flying saucer aesthetic at the same time. It's so brilliant.
Yes. Yeah, it is, because it was always so confounding as to why just the ships themselves were creepy in those movies, in the old sci-fi, just like, oh no, a saucer.
So during the design discussions, they talked about making it light and having
Bioluminescence.
Harmful phosphorescence, if you will. But yeah, using bioluminescence as a way to like anglerfish attract the horses and stuff. And they kept bringing slides of here's this lighting effect, here's this at night, here's this at night, here's this at night. And he'd been doing all these conversations with Hoyt van Hoyte about shooting day for night and replacing the sky. He just thought like, I like the nighttime. I think it's going to be more striking that way than if we do the Close Encounters bit with the lights and have it glow and have people ask that question. We don't need that question to be asked.
Well, and evolutionarily, something that large doesn't need something like bait, like an anglerfish would. A shark doesn't have to lure
it's
you in.
Hit and run predator.
Yeah.
It is a predator.
It pulls up when you goes, fuck you. And then
Exactly. He came with that energy.
Exactly.
One of the final things was the whirlwind. That was like the last like locking piece in the puzzle of like, oh, a whirlwind. That's very Western also. Yeah. And then inspired so much of the creature design, like audio and visual stuff that they added after that. It's so crazy that it was just kind of a collective effort over time of evolving this thing into what it became, basically.
We cut to 6 months later. Otis Jr.'s on set in front of a green screen with a horse, while the Lucky is the horse. With the crew, including cinematographer Antler Holt, and the lead actress. We hear the director ask what happened to the old guy, and have to tell him he died, and this is the kid. He's waiting for Emerald, his sister, who's late. She finally shows up and gives a safety speech in which she also promotes her other skills. Then they get ready to shoot, but the horse, Lucky, does not like the reflection of the chrome ball used to get the light readings.
Which also, these people are acting like this is not a gigantic, powerful animal that can like I didn't grow up on farms, but I grew up around enough animals to know you're very careful around horses.
Yeah.
Because
you
getting
don't
kicked
stand
by a horse
behind a horse.
No joke. Exactly. They're just on set. And I think this is probably a Jordan Peele like nudge at the industry kind of like, people just don't care. They're just doing their own thing.
And they don't bother to listen to the horse expert.
No. The safety speech.
Because he's too soft-spoken or something.
Well, and just like Gordy, they think they can trust the animal. Like, oh, this is a working animal, so it's going to work the same way.
Anthropomorphize the animals too much.
Tell the horse
he's a pro.
Ready to do one. Tell the horse.
Right. Yeah.
Is the horse ready? My favorite thing about this is OJ goes into the spiel. We are Haywood Hollywood horses.
He tries to do it, yeah.
If you've ever seen the first video of a jockey, like he is doing the same speech verbatim that Emerald comes in and just like knocks it out of the park. She knows it by heart and she just memorized it once.
Yeah.
And he just can't perform.
He doesn't have charisma, but then also she wasn't allowed to actually train the horses. So all she got to do was listen to her old man tell these speeches and he had to feed and water and train and do all that. So he's very farmer.
He is. Well, and he understands.
Picked by a horse before.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
I've seen it.
Yeah. He understands the animals. He doesn't understand the people. If you notice throughout this, he treats the people the same way he treats the animals. He doesn't quite look them in the eye a lot of the time. He does little like things and like little like snapping gestures at them.
Well, and so I'll say this is something me and Brian kind of talked about, but I think Brian agrees, like OJ is definitely kind of meant to be coded to be a little on the spectrum. Like
Yeah.
He's very good with animals. He's dyslexic. He does not talk much. He doesn't do eye contact. He's a creature of habit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Emerald calls him a dyslexic ass. It's very like not to make the Temple Grandin comparison, but the like good with animals thing, like understanding the body language of animals, but not people.
Mm-hmm. And like Thoreau said, she was probably up in the house reading. Mm-hmm. He was never able to do that. Not allowed to do that.
She's ultra charismatic. Like, how many different times does she suggest they go stay with some girl that she's talking to throughout the movie?
And it's always a different gal who's texting her back. It's always
a different person.
Yeah, every time. A few things of note. OJ wears orange often. OJ. Emerald wears green often. Emerald. And Angel, when we meet him, has a picture of the Earth with the night sky behind it on his shirt. Angel is an angel. He's the only one that survives outside of those two that encounters Jean Jacket. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, anyways, Lucky doesn't like his reflection. They get fired. They head back to the ranch. Emerald has been living on her own, but is coming to stay at the ranch for a bit. On the way, they stop at a Western-themed amusement park called Jupiter's Claim.
Yeah, she hadn't been home in a while, but then obviously she hasn't been home since Pop died. Mm-hmm. So there's that element too. It's unspoken, but he's like, when he's saying I got to take care of the horses, it's like I didn't get to change my life. Mm-hmm. Like I'm just Pop. Yeah, and you've been out gallivanting.
I got mouths to feed.
The last place went bankrupt, he says. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to pin down exactly how long Jupiter's Claim's been there, but it's less than 3 years.
Yeah, that seems pretty fresh.
Yeah, definitely. And and then Jupe says 6 months ago, which seems to be the time that.
So
also his wife on the phone. This is another reason why it hasn't been long. His wife on the phone is talking to the local newspaper people. And she goes, well, we were able to squeeze out a few press passes for you guys for our new thing. And then you hear the disappointing reply from her, whatever the person says, where she's like, oh, well, we're a park that's opening up and doing this thing and everything. And it's like, I love how he gives us that context. Mm-hmm. The background without making us sit through a bunch of expositional dialogue about it where it's like, oh, they're just opening.
And the tears of exploitation.
He thinks that this is going to be something big.
They're trying to have their Oprah moment.
Yep,
they're already at their Oprah moment,
Yeah.
But he's really famous for the Gordy incident. Mm-hmm. This ape that went crazy, and now so he's been exploiting that fame, which is pretty gross.
Yeah.
And then once again, here's this animal that I do not understand, but we're going to perform with it.
Right, but he thinks he understands because of what happened with him and Gordy. He doesn't understand why Gordy saved him. He thinks it's because he's special. He tells himself, you're chosen.
I think they watched it happen one day. I think they had a horse out in the bottom of the valley, and they watched it happen. And then they fed it another horse, and went, oh, it does this once a day. We could probably condition this thing.
Mm-hmm. He thought he could train it and
thought they were conditioning a shark that they were feeding, and then brought people to get in the water and watch them feed this shark.
Yeah, the shark was like,
I never agreed.
My plan worked. Snaps.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Little do they know that they've been being conditioned to provide food by a shark in their pond.
Mm-hmm. They stop at Jupiter's Claim. OJ meets with Jupe, who is the former child star. He wants to talk business. Emerald gets excited about Jupe's past as a star.
So that sitcom setup is hilarious. Did they, if they adopted the Asian kid, did they get the ape, or was it vice versa? It's like they obviously adopted him, and then they also have this like just a weird sitcom dynamic.
He was a rocket scientist. My guess was the monkey, the ape, came from the rocket science that they had been doing.
He was supposed to be an astronaut.
And maybe just the program ended, and now he's like working for like a regular rocket company. And
in Jupe's trophy room, there's the helmet, the ape space helmet. So I'm sure that's what it is. But then they also adopted this kid.
Yeah,
but then they have their own
kid, though.
It's just such a like mixing bowl sitcom.
Did the parents? Okay, did Jupe's parents die in a freak space accident with the ape's partner?
Yes.
There it is. Boom. That's our opening.
And they
That's the
adopted
pilot
them
episode.
both at once.
And they all watched it on the news together, and they realized that no one could leave because there was like nuclear fallout, and they all lived together, pretending like it's I got this.
Or the government approved testing on children as the next phase.
A kind of metatextual leap I'm making, but it seemed kind of like it was a thing to me. Was we talk about the layers of exploitation, like exploiting animals, exploiting children. All of this, like when we go to the flashback of Gordy freaking out and killing everybody, it seems to me the vibe I get is even beyond like the balloon popping and all of that. It seems to me like they had been shooting for a long time. Jupe is messing up lines and having to reset. It seems like they're in a situation where long hours have been happening. The crowd is dwindled that they're taping in front of, like.
And that chimp's name is not Gordy.
No, Gordy's the name of the character.
They're all addressing it as Gordy when the guy's trying to. Why did he come out of his hiding spot? But the dude's trying to sue them, and it's like there's probably 4 or 5 chimps that play Gordy, and they all have different names. But yes, like you said, Jeremy, it's the closest thing to a human being. So all annoyance, aggravation, sensory overload, all of our base. That's all in them.
Yeah.
It's also
our base reactions.
I'm going to blame the director of this television sitcom in that he wasn't strapped. If I'm making a show with a chimpanzee and some children, I have a gun so that I can shoot that chimpanzee if shit goes off the rails.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the thing is we don't know he wasn't going to kill Jupe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. So, I mean, the reason... We haven't even gotten to that scene yet, but the tablecloth that's over Jupe's face is obscuring his eyes, so he can't make eye contact with Gordy and look like a threat. Yep. But Jupe never puts that together. Jupe thinks he's special, that he's chosen.
And it's it's a known fact that chimps still destroy your face first. They will eat your face right off to remove any expression from your
face.
Thus,
his co-star and first crush, who
has her lips and nose and ears eaten by Gordy.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens in real life for chimp owners after 20 years.
They read our facial expressions very differently, and it's really hard to condition them to interpret what we make faces as positive communication to them.
I just saw an article about a zoo, I think in Japan, of course. But anyways, they have these like glasses you can put on so that you don't make eye contact with the
gorilla glasses.
Gorillas.
Yeah. It's incredible.
They were just getting too agitated.
They're like prisms almost, but like cockeyed prisms almost. They make you just look like
it eliminates that light reflection.
Anywhere but straight. Yeah.
The very
thing that gives us the life in our eyes.
The very first instance of a non-human animal making plans for a future emotional state that it knew was coming was a great ape who gathered up rocks to put in a certain space because when he gets angry, he throws rocks at the people looking at him.
Wow.
And he knew later on, I'm going to be angry at these people, so I'm going to get my rocks ready.
A lot of people are not ready to have the conversation that there are several primate species literally in their stone age right now. They are very smart creatures that have a completely different social structure.
Evolution didn't stop just because we invented TV.
What's the horse that did math? quote unquote a horse
Yeah,
that didn't math? I don't know if you guys
Clever Hans.
Clever Hans, but he didn't do math.
No.
He was smart in the different way, which was reading the handlers' faces, right?
And the chalkboard marks.
Yeah.
Like the guy would write a problem and then he would like tap his hoof, but he just got to the point where he realized not the symbols, but the movement the dude would make.
Yep.
He wasn't really counting, but he picked up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we don't destroy orangutans,
that is a form of
if we don't destroy them entirely, they're on their way.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, people want palm oil so bad, but they're on their way. They are on their way to higher intelligence. Communication wise, all of it.
Yeah, they are.
The dolphins have been telling us for decades, man.
If only we'd listen.
Come back to the water.
Scientists are like, yo, did you know that octopuses have like communities? Like they live in coral structures together and coexist and interact with each other.
Have you tried breading and frying them?
Yes. Salt and pepper salt and pepper battered is great.
I bet you could bread and fry this motherfucker. Jean jacket.
It seems kind of like he'd be linen-y.
He did.
Yeah, it's fair.
Like we said earlier, somebody would find a way to. Someone would find a way to fuck it. Someone would find a way to eat it. That's human.
Jean jacket by the foot.
Yeah. It's both cheetahs and coyotes are attempting to self-domesticate.
That's hilarious.
Yep. Like
the coyotes,
like house cats did. Yeah.
They're like, yo, what if you just gave me food and I didn't maul you?
Yeah.
That's literally what cats did. Like, I'll get rid of these mice and I won't eat you if you let me hang out here. So
there had to have been a couple of generations of people and babies and cats with like the detente overnight.
Yeah. Yeah, because
the rats, not the baby.
Because we would find orphaned wolf cubs. We domesticated the wolves, but the cats domesticated themselves.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Well, and the dog thing was transactional from the beginning.
Yeah.
Again, cats, they're in that area of cooperation.
Like cats continue to do. One day they just showed up and refused to leave. And we were like, all right, I guess you live with me now.
Well, that's one of those interesting things when you talk about like looking at different species in academia, because everything was so Eurocentric at one point. They assumed that even like American domesticated cats were like a lot of European wildcat species that are pretty solitary, except when they mate. But actually, most domesticated American cats come from the African variety, which are the ones that self-domesticated and started forming communities and becoming communal creatures that, like Thoreau said, they cooperate with things.
And they also came down from the trees, right?
I think so.
Not quite like primates did, but the small jungle cats and such.
They were climbing motherfuckers.
Hunted from trees, started coming down to hunt on the ground.
Yeah. So, all right.
Because the tiger didn't just after 2 generations become the size of
No.
It was the little guys. All right.
After they talk to Jupe, and we learn about everything that happened with Gordy back in the 90s. There was they head back home. OJ sold Lucky to Jupe. And they arrive back at the ranch.
He also asked, though, I want to figure out a plan to work towards maybe buying some of them back. And we see Jupe make the most like bashful,
okay,
we can do that.
We definitely didn't feed them to the alien.
I haven't taken all 10 of your horses and fed them once a week. There you go. 10 weeks. It's been 10 weeks of feeding Jean Jacket horses.
Every Friday.
Every Friday, yeah.
Every Friday.
We're making a calendar.
Well,
I feel like Jupe didn't think this through all the way, because look, you discovered an alien creature and everything, but people are going to freak out when they find out that you're just feeding it horses. You're feeding it like industry trained horses. People are going to be like, yo, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, that's not cool.
Why there's no applause when the curtain drops, and Lucky's in that glass box. Because all of us as human beings are like, what's going to happen to that horse?
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't seem good.
This feels like the goat in Jurassic Park.
Exactly.
It's just standing there.
Didn't you just call it Lucky?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and he said exactly at 6:13 every Friday, 6 minutes and 13 seconds was the amount of time that Gordy was on a rampage. 6:13 is the Bible verse that appears at the beginning.
Nahum.
Yep.
Yeah, the book.
So, back at the ranch, they hit Pop's liquor cabinet and some industry weed, he says.
Hobby weed.
Hobby weed. That's right. Hobby weed.
Thank you for a special occasion.
Yeah. They reminisce, talk about Dad, the bad and the good, including the horse named Jean Jacket that was supposed to be Emerald's, but they got a call from the Scorpion King.
It wasn't a Western. It was Scorpion King.
They got a call from the Scorpion King.
OJ probably says less than 100 words in this movie, and this is where he does most of the talking. It's just the two of them.
So I did count. He says a little bit more than 100, but it's not a lot more than 100.
Right.
It's not
a lot of hmms and mm-hms.
And
like we said, like a horse.
Several times he just says,
just
nope.
nods.
And soulful looks.
Yep.
Yeah. So Emerald notices a horse named Ghost out in the corral. This is where we get our first chapter card. It says Ghost. Every chapter is named after the animal that dies in that chapter.
Well, and they're all the exact same card shape format as the title. So it'd be like the Avengers movies, how they had those like cool bomb, like whatever town or whatever city they were in. If that was the title format for it, and I love that so much.
It creates suspense on its own.
Yeah.
I have to say, Jordan Peele is still a comedian at heart, because this motherfucker really wanted to put OJ on a white Bronco. He really wanted
to put OJ on a white Bronco. And later on, Emerald yells, "Run, OJ, run."
OJ, run.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep. The Hertz commercials.
The Hertz commercials.
The actress says to him, "Your name's OJ?"
Yeah. They're all just like put off.
Well, let's not
What
forget
happened to OJ?
the Hertz commercials, but then also during the white Bronco chase, people had signs up before they knew that OJ was guilty. They had signs up that said, "Run, OJ, run."
Yeah.
Guilty. He was found innocent.
Before he was guilty.
He was found innocent, wasn't he?
Before he was acquitted by a jury of his peers.
Apprehended.
Yeah. Anyways, before he wrote the book, Little If I Did It.
And now murder is
like the dot on the I is the if.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is it?
Yeah, if I did it.
Yeah.
Do you remember that SNL sketch? Tim Meadows plays him as a commentator.
Yes.
Yeah. And as he's drawing out the screen, like different plays, it spells out, "I did it." He's like, the running back's going to want to come up this way.
Well, and it is an interesting commentary too, because like O.J. Simpson is an incredibly divisive and like he's a heinous figure in America's like cultural, like societal zeitgeist, but he is also one of the most exploited Black figures in entertainment, like serially underpaid and like always striving to have proximity to whiteness. I'm not Black, I'm OJ.
Yeah, OJ didn't get famous killing his wife.
No. He was beloved.
OJ was the most famous Black man next to Bill Cosby.
Right? And he was
and
beloved
Eddie Murphy
until he went apeshit.
That motherfucker was in The Naked Gun. Like,
yeah.
Watching him get his ass kicked in for 3 Naked Gun movies is incredible.
A beloved actor who lost his shit and went on a rampage. He didn't just kill those people.
He
went chimp. And I don't mean that in any.
He went Gordy.
Yeah, he went Gordy is a better way.
That like it's none of our business, but one thing you got to ask about like the exploitation of it all is how much of that is tied to the CTE he sustained from his athletic career.
Sure.
The CTE makes people murderous and suicidal.
Yeah,
and
in fact, they've linked
personality shifts.
They've linked TBI to psychopathy more than any other causation correlation. Like so many psychopaths suffered a traumatic brain injury at some point, accidental or intentional. So, yeah, it's why NFL players, boxers, these high testosterone people with poor brain function, losing their shit,
are in elevators doing things they shouldn't be
wherever.
doing.
It's like Mike Tyson's a monster. Yeah, we know. I'll bite an ear off.
You take someone from an incredibly dysfunctional, impoverished background, and then you put gloves on him and you say, kill that motherfucker over there.
And get brain damage.
Are you going to get a balanced person?
I saw a video yesterday of a dude on an airplane who was sitting behind Mike Tyson, who is just going on and on, leaning over the seat, I don't know. It was like that meme. It was just going on and on and on to Mike Tyson about something.
Mike had a lot of restraint there.
Please leave me alone. Mm-hmm. I'm on this airplane and I would like to sit by myself. He
started doing mushrooms a few years back, real heavy.
He did end up teeing off on that guy. And I think in that case, rightfully so.
Yeah, and then the dude would not stop, and then Mike Tyson just. And you hear another guy being like, Mike, stop. Mike, stop. He's had enough. Like, you're Mike Tyson, stop.
Because I think he hit him twice.
Yeah, and the dude was done.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
Of course he was done.
It's Mike Tyson.
The internet has made people that way. Like, I like Jake Paul, so I am Jake Paul.
He hit him twice because his head bounced back and back at his fist. Hit him so damn hard.
Mike Tyson can knock people into another dimension.
Yeah. But what was funny was the look afterwards. He looked straight down the camera lens of the phone that was filming him with the most can you believe that? Like the Jim in The Office look.
Yeah. Like what? I tried to avoid this.
All right. Emerald sees Ghost out there, so OJ goes out to check it out. Ghost jumps the fence and runs off. OJ goes to find Ghost. The electricity flickers back in the house, and OJ sees a UFO. He goes back to the house and tells Emerald about it. They go to an electronics store, Fry's. Apparently, Fry's was in the midst of closing all their stores when this was being filmed, and Jordan Peele convinced the owner to let them use this last Fry's as a location.
It's when Kroger bought them.
Yeah, the owner of the entire chain, they left them a bunch of fixtures so that it would still look like a store, because it had been closed for 4 or 5 months, I think, at that point, and they were liquidating stuff. And the reason why, not because it was for a movie, but it was a Jordan Peele movie.
Yeah.
That was the only reason.
Also, the brand hasn't gone away. They just got bought by Kroger, bigger.
Not Fry's. Not Fry's. Fry's Electronics was a specific Southern California chain unrelated to Fry's grocery stores that is owned by Kroger.
But my point being, I'm sure they did that because they still wanted Fry's to be in the mental. Don't forget that brand. We're still Fry's.
Yeah.
Happened out west a lot.
It adds so much to the immersion because it's a real brand. It'd be like using a Kmart almost, you know,
it's
that's
not
real.
A Best Buy.
Yeah. But it's not a Best Buy or a Walmart or, like an Albertsons or a Piggly Wiggly even.
But it makes Angel's sort of like his patronizing tone funnier because it's not the Geek Squad.
Yeah.
To us, it's where we go to get bread and fucking ground beef.
It's a company that probably in a few months is going to close every location it did in our reality.
Yeah.
The parking lot's always empty.
Yeah.
It's the two same motherfuckers work in that store every day.
Yeah. That's where they meet Angel, who they're going to try to document and sell evidence of UFO's existence. They talk to Angel, who works there. He's going to come help set up the surveillance cameras after he shows some interest in their UFO experiences.
I just realized that OJ is wearing a Jordan shirt.
Oh, yeah, a Michael Jordan
As
shirt.
in Michael Jordan.
But Jordan, yeah. They're dressed throughout this. They are, everything they wear, every graphic tee or shirt they wear is like a specific.
There's a Prince T-shirt.
Yeah.
She's wearing the Jesus lizard.
So
that's wild.
Jesus lizard.
Okay. So Jordan Peele said that in that scene when they're in that restaurant, she's wearing Jesus lizard and OJ's wearing Rage Against the Machine because they went back to Angel's place and Angel lent them shirts.
That makes sense.
God. It's a Tarantino thing. Of course they had to change a costume for some reason.
They're your clothes, motherfucker.
They just got blood everywhere.
Yep.
Oh my God. I love this movie so much.
He comes, they set up all of the cameras. Jupe shows up. He asks them to come out to their family.
She says she's gonna go shopping. I'm gonna go run down to the store really quick. I got something I need to pick up, and comes back with one of the practice hobby horses.
But that's such a
the training horses.
Yeah,
such a sibling thing. Like, we just got back from the store.
Yeah.
We were just at the fucking store. What did you not get?
Yeah.
Well, and this whole scene. Where'd you get yours? Her shouting exactly what he's going to ask her the moment he says it is brilliant. Can you stay right there, though? Angel. Yeah, thanks so much for stopping by. You don't live here, man.
You don't live here.
And it's not can you, it's you're good there, though, after he basically only said hello.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're good there.
Yeah.
And he kind of just lets it go.
Yeah, he does. Well, because he's stealing you, and he's just like, okay.
Right. This little
She's
shorty.
so disarming. She's so good at it.
Jordan Peele said that Angel is literally a guardian angel. No one who is with Angel comes to harm while they are with Angel. Only when they leave Angel's presence.
All right.
Oh, yeah. That is very true.
I hope his ex-girlfriend that's now in the CW is okay. Also, to the animal training in this movie, the moment he gets out of the car there from his little Geek Squad van, he goes, "It's so quiet out here. There's so much space." And he just yells as loud as he can.
Yeah.
And OJ's like, don't do that.
And you hear the horses in the corral going off.
Mm-hmm.
But OJ is training this fool throughout the movie. He conditions him to be good around the horses.
He seems to be the only human being that realizes that animals can be startled.
Yes. Yeah.
Nobody around him is
seriously.
like, they're fine. They're fine with balloons. They're fine with lights in their eyes.
I told him we'd be right back.
Yeah. That night they hear something out in the stable. OJ goes to investigate, and we find Jupe's kids, his 3 boys, out there dressed up.
I love the fake skit. I love it.
The most realistic black representation we've ever gotten in film. The fact that OJ swings first, asks questions later.
Yeah.
Stops this teenager in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. The fact that OJ many times just goes, nope, and walks away from the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's how you stay alive in a horror movie, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Just say no to doing dumb shit.
Exactly.
Life is like that too.
Yeah. Then OJ goes out into the fields with Ghost. While Angel calls Emerald, there's a praying mantis on the camera, and they didn't want him to monitor, but he's doing it anyway. I love the goth like employee that walks up behind him is like, hey, and he's like, you scared me.
And the music beats. I was telling Jay, I have no complaints about this movie except for like 2 hits, which are the first time we see OJ see the ship when it goes, or the creature goes zoom. And then this one where she walks up behind him and it's like, what is she supposed to be, an alien that's going to like eat his brain? Why was that music beat for? That's so cruel.
Well, yeah, no, because it's so creepy when he would like the manager walking in the distance of the store and he's like, oh, like it's being set up as scary, but instead it's just like,
what'd you say? Jordan Peele just giving the middle finger.
Yeah, screw the audience jokes the whole time. Well, and we don't see the rest of the outside world. And no one really talks to them throughout the movie. We see people fighting, like,
yeah.
It's a weird. There's no community around them whatsoever.
No. These are very two isolated places out there. Just Jupiter's claim and the horse farm, like very isolated. Well, and the house is kind of just like on its own, very like I don't want to say Bates Motel looking on its own, but like this Victorian, like
and then there's the horse trailer too. There's the trainer trailer also. There's a secondary location, so they're even further isolated from each other too.
Yeah,
just next to the corral.
So the UFO arrives. We get our first real look at it. It takes Ghost as well as the statue. Emerald was unable to get the praying mantis off of the camera.
With Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, throwing Sour Patch Kids at it.
A millennial representation right there. Pocket full of Sour Patch Kids. Honestly, this is something that I think I overlooked the first time, but I made it like a point to listen to this movie loud as fuck. Because the sound design is so important. When she goes up on the roof to go throw those Sour Patch Kids, the sound of the corrugated metal on the roof is one of the loudest things that happens in the movie. And they are currently evading an alien creature that they're trying to capture on camera. And she's the highest thing in the whole valley. It's a brave moment that goes uncommented on throughout the entire movie. Nobody goes, damn, dude, you went all the way up there to throw Sour Patch Kids and you didn't even get them off there? That's crazy.
Yeah.
You didn't need to do that. Like.
Yeah, so the praying mantis leaves the camera right after Jean Jacket goes.
Beautiful.
Cahoots.
Yeah, in cahoots. So the UFO leaves. She wants her and OJ to leave also. He refuses.
Where are we going?
Yeah.
She doesn't want them to leave. She is leaving.
Yeah. She reluctantly agrees to stay too. The next day, Emerald attempts to get Antler's Holst to come, the cinematographer, to come help them record the UFO.
To get the shot.
Yeah.
The shot of a lifetime, the impossible shot.
I do one for them, so I get to do one for me.
Yep.
I love that he gives her the time of day. Descendants of the jockey.
Yes. Yeah. He's not dismissive of them or her. Like, they're both industry professionals as far as he's concerned.
Well, and he reads subtext better than any character, I think, in any movie I've ever seen. It's the shot, man. The impossible shot. That's impossible. Look, he knows exactly what she means.
Here's another
you have an alien you want me to shoot with a camera?
Here's another one of my crazy statements for this movie. Because Jordan Peele likes to do silly shit. This man is the magical white man of the movie. His existence is there to facilitate their goal, and he dies sacrificially in achieving their goal.
Wow. That's incredible.
And he's vaguely foreign. You know, there's a mystery.
His name is Antlers.
Yeah.
So is he a druid, magical white character?
Or
he's wearing like
animal.
straight up kind of a cloak.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, when they're outside.
Those are prey animals. Things with antlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he gets eaten.
Like literally they're like, oh my gosh, we couldn't have got it. The electricity. And he's got the non-electrical camera. I knew he'd have a non-electric camera.
Mm-hmm.
Magical.
Their high five. You're so right, though, Jay.
Yeah.
Because they probably had been discussing it the entire time, waiting for him to arrive, being like, he's not just going to show up with like a crew of people and like a van with like wires they got to run out. Because they're familiar with film sets.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They're familiar with cameras. They were probably like, nah, he's going to bring some cans and like a manual thing. So much shit happens off screen that has.
And also, does he have cancer?
Yeah.
I think he has cancer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's taking pills.
Mm-hmm. He
like
100
secretly.
Yeah. He absolutely has cancer.
That's a grown man who's dying. You're taking pills secretly, you're dying.
Yeah, exactly.
As soon as it's secret, you die.
You cough.
It's like blood pressure medication.
Yeah.
It's something for your cholesterol.
You cough on camera, you are a dying person.
Like, I got bad ADHD, yo. This is just my Adderall. I got to take it, even though we're out here in the beauty of nature.
Angel arrives. He notices a cloud that never moves.
He doesn't notice it then. He comes out there uninvited. Because he has been staring at that cloud for hours.
Yep. He saw it on the footage and it just never moves. And he's just been watching it. Yeah.
They had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
So the cloud is an element of the creature design that's interesting because the cloud is not part of the creature, but it doesn't move. They call it Jean Jacket's home cloud. So it basically builds a nest using the clouds around it. And when it's windy, it just hangs tight in it to keep it there at all times. So it just goes back to it with regularity. It's like a spider with those little like hatches that open up. It's basically its little hatch that it makes from the nearby clouds.
And that makes more sense than like we were saying earlier with the bioluminescence. Like a predator doesn't, but a predator does need to stalk and hide. And it often has a very preferred spot to hide. That's why they're territorial.
Well, and it's literally those pictures of like, where's the tiger in this picture? It'll be like Malaysia in the jungle, and you're like, I don't see this tiger. And then it's like, oh, it's right there.
So I'm going to ask the question: is this thing indigenous to the earth? And
that's what I was
just gone unnoticed.
I think so.
Yeah,
the whole time. Has it just been wandering the earth? Not just this one, but dozens, maybe hundreds, kind of as a cryptid Bigfoot.
I was just going to say, I don't think it's an alien. I think it's a cryptid.
And if we look back at biblical chariots of fire,
biblically, it looks like
wheels of eyes in the sky,
a biblically accurate angel when it opens up. Yeah.
We don't see anything happen to this thing besides the end. But I wonder if ancient man would have shot flaming arrows at a giant spinning balloon, and make it catch fire, possibly. So when it unfurls to try and put the fire out, it's a giant flaming angel all of a sudden.
Would they? Yeah, absolutely.
Like we would, if I'm surprised nobody pulled out a Glock and was just like, bop, 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 bop. We're going to need a bigger gun. That honestly, that would have been a really funny, dumb Jaws homage. We're going to need a bigger gun.
We're going to need a bigger gun. That
was ancient man's, sort of creed was, that thing is big enough for me to eat or it to eat me, so I better do something.
One of those two things is probably going to happen.
To be here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is where OJ figures out that it's a living creature. Then we get a flashback to the episode where Gordy went feral, and we see how Jupe survived, hiding under the table with the tablecloth. We get the fist bump. Then we cut to Jupe. The shoe that's standing up, yeah. Which he later has in that little museum.
Yeah.
Bad miracle.
Yep. That's another bad miracle. Yeah, so we cut back to Jupe. He and his wife are getting ready for their Friday show.
For the show. The
show.
Big show. Mm-hmm. This is their moment. This is their Oprah moment.
Right. And what's so funny is that their crowd is so small. It's so empty.
But there is a camera crew there.
Mm-hmm. But think about it. How do you advertise something like that without giving it away, but also wanting, especially in this day and age, it's like, no, I'm not going to go. I'll wait till somebody who went takes a video of it.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's like they have that's another reason why it hasn't been open long. The crowds are not what the park can handle.
Yeah.
Their staff is a large chunk of the crowd, too.
Yep.
There's like a dozen or so people out of the 40 that are staff members.
Yep. So, yeah, he starts telling the audience about it. That tells him about seeing a UFO come every Friday night. He's going to use Lucky as bait. He says it's supposed to in about an hour. First, here's the kids to entertain you. But then
the sound of a foghorn, basically. It's possibly the angriest sound we've gotten from Jean Jacket at this point.
Yeah.
And we see, this is one of my favorite shots of the whole movie. We see like an over-the-shoulder shot from just underneath the hole with the flags coming out to our right. So we're like centered underneath the middle of the disc.
Yeah.
Right
and also,
there.
This dummy doesn't realize Jean Jacket is an animal. He thinks it's a ship. He thinks he's communicating with aliens and that this is a ship and they're taking the horses.
And that he's imbued with this power because Gordy didn't kill him.
I am the great communicator.
Things just respond to me. Animals respond to me. Like I have the touch. And again, it's like the goat Jurassic Park or chumming a water for the shark. Like you don't know how it's going to react. Do you think it just wants the chum now?
Yeah, yep. Exactly.
It wants the bucket where the chum is coming from also.
Exactly.
It's a lot smarter than you think it is.
Yeah. In a predatory sense, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like, you look like chum.
Yeah.
So I do think that Jupe figures it out.
I think
a minute too late.
I think as he's being sucked into the vortex, he goes, this doesn't feel like an alien.
What is this, some kind of tube?
And I'm pretty sure that his wife, we didn't mention, what's
Margot.
her name? It's Margot from For All Mankind. If you've ever watched the Apple space show, she's the flight director for many, many, many seasons.
Margot.
And she has that adorable Southern accent.
She plays a woman who is 30 years older than her for the majority of that show.
Yeah.
She could have done more. Not that there needed anything else in this movie, but she could have.
I think there was some other stuff that they had for Jupiter's Landing that they had to balance. They had to balance out with the ape story.
Yeah, it wouldn't have.
Because honestly, this movie, I think runtime wise, hits a sweet spot.
I think so too.
A lot of movies nowadays are very much like we can't get anything done under 2.5 hours, whereas this movie's like right over 2 hours.
Yeah,
we're at it.
And the reviews for this movie that are bad are like, it's so long and slow. Why are all these things happening that are unrelated to each other? Like, I get why this movie is the length that it is and why the fat got trimmed if there was any fat.
Yeah.
Hunting is slow.
Yep. So, yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
So, yeah, Jean Jacket arrives early and eats everybody. Just eats them up.
So I have a theory. Oh, also, we didn't mention that his co-star and his first crush.
Yeah.
The girl whose face was eaten.
Yep. She's there. She's got the veil over her hat so people don't see her face.
Doing what she loved. Being misinterpreted by a wild predator.
Yeah.
Oof. And then
poor girl.
Yeah, she got eaten twice. She got eaten twice.
He gets no breaks when it comes to wild animals.
So the flags on the practice horse are used a lot in the marketing. They're fucking such a beautiful thing. That's important. I think that's super important. And I don't think we've spent enough time to talk about how important it is, because this thing is incredible vision, because it can see you if you're looking up to it, not unlike a hawk sees like a squirrel or like a ground squirrel or a rat's eyeballs, and then comes flying from super high up. But its lens looking down is so huge, or the aperture is so huge that it can bring in a lot of shit. I think that it saw the horse at Jupe's place and then saw it over at the Haywood place, picked it up at the Haywood place and went, this is somehow your fault, and was angry at the guy that it had been dealing with, because didn't really think much of OJ and Emerald, you know? Yeah. Just like, some horses are out. It's been
their property's quiet. Like,
it's been dealing with Jupe the whole time. And didn't intentionally kill the dad, it seems. Like it was just coughing a bit.
Ejecting stuff.
Yeah. It definitely didn't intentionally kill the dad.
And maybe it did, though, because predators play with their food sometimes.
Maybe, but
just the statement Jupe makes of like, oh, it's early. Says so much right there. Like, you don't even know what it is, and you think it's keeping to your schedule.
Yeah, exactly.
Velocity.
So OJ finds the flyer for this and decides to go show up. She sees Lucky still in his glass box.
Well, it walks through the park, which is all overturned.
There's a pig on the roof.
The pig on the roof, another bad miracle.
Yeah.
And the whole place is strewn with dummies. No bodies, just dummies.
Oh, quick note. You can see the scissors from Us on Jupe's desk.
That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, he shows up, and then of course,
is that like the Taika shake weight?
Maybe. Then Jean Jacket shows up, and OJ's able to run and get to cover, but he kind of gets knocked unconscious because the wake of Jean Jacket kind of throws him around.
I wonder if Jean Jacket is burdened by the weight of all those people and like having them sloshing around inside and all the shit that came up with it. I wonder if that made it less effective in this moment too. And kind of, because this, when I first saw this, I was like, damn, how's he able to like get out there and it comes down and all this stuff? Like weight is a huge part of the lift equation. The heavier a thing is, the bigger the wing needs to be.
Yeah.
You know, the more thrust you need. That kind of thing. But I didn't consider it until my most recent rewatch, thinking about how this thing functions as a wing, where I was like, oh, I wonder if that made it dumber and made it so OJ could survive.
Yeah.
More easily.
That makes some sense. So he,
we see also that Lucky survives.
Yeah, Lucky survives. Lucky survives the whole yeah, that's why he's named Lucky. Like all the names are very intentional.
Well, because the dad says, what does the dad say about like he names them after how he sees their personalities, like he sees each horse individually. So in his mind, he looked at Lucky and was like, that is a creature that has a little bit of serendipity going on for him. Like he's
That's interesting. That's a character layer that we haven't really, not to say that we need to go examine it or anything, but when he's dying, the dad, Otis Sr.,
all the horses.
He's naming the list of horses. Will you name the horses for me? Just list the horses. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. One of them was Beethoven. I forget the other ones, but yeah. Interesting how the names came to be.
Yeah. So yeah, OJ's heading back to the ranch. All of the electronics stop working. It pours out all of the stuff all over the house, the remains of the people and all the stuff.
This might be the scariest point in the theater experience.
The metal bits and the blood.
Yeah.
The sound of the screams. Who is that?
Well, and
who keeps yelling?
The sound design thing that I love is hearing the rain cut out as Jean Jacket hovers over the house. Like you stop hearing the rain falling and hitting the house for like 10 seconds.
Right.
And then you see the red and you start hearing the rain again. And you're like, oh, that's not rain.
There's a sound that happens in this movie that I don't think we've really talked about. We don't really hear it break the sound barrier, but it goes pop, 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 pop.
Well, I mean, and the ribbons, the banners or whatever, it's had indigestion or it's had something. So this is a purge because we don't see it do this after it eats normally.
Just a horse.
That popping sound, I'm pretty sure, is it popping the people?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Because
there are dozens of pops. So every time that it moves, it has to squeeze part of itself to eject some gas out of the bottom.
Like our intestines, literally.
Yeah.
Which, as it processes, it breaks down a little more.
Well, and
a little more. And then, like you said, the gas, methane builds up to get it out.
It's interesting, too, because it is also kind of like just one big organ, one big food processing organ.
That's to that jellyfish-like nature of it.
Yeah.
It's almost like a single-celled organism.
Yeah.
And this purge felt like it had no choice. It wasn't like, this is what I do after I eat.
Yeah. It
felt like it was sick and angry.
Like at that point, after it had eaten everyone at Jupe's Landing and it realized that the hobby horse with the ribbon sticking out was still like affecting it internally. It's a smart enough animal. It remembers where it got that hobby horse.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like coming back like, hey, motherfuckers, that wasn't cool.
And what's more desperate than a sick or injured animal?
Yep. So yeah, OJ's in the van. There's the horse on the van. He makes it back. As he's getting out, he looks up and realizes that it's only attacks people that look directly at it. So he looks down and he needs to treat it like an animal. It leaves. The OJ, Emerald, and Angel flee the ranch.
Sorry, guys.
Emerald wants to just abandon the place. OJ tells her he has to go back because he has to take care of the horses. They stop at this is where Angel
he's got mouths to feed.
Yeah. Angel has a fish sandwich. We see a news story about a missing crowd at Jupiter's Claim that Antler sees. He calls Emerald. That's what convinces her to go back. The next morning, OJ returns. They find Antler there, watching the cloud that hasn't moved. This is where OJ names him Jean Jacket. To get around his effect of shutting down all the electrical equipment, Antler has a hand-cranked film camera. They set up a field of battery-powered, the tube guys.
So they take 3 days to do this. They do a 3-day plan, right? And on the third day is when they're going to execute.
Yeah. And on that third day, a TMZ reporter shows up with his reflective. It's so interesting. The reflective thing that is reminiscent of the reflective ball with the horse at the beginning, his reflective helmet.
Yeah. Yep. So we hear a news report of missing people from Jupe's Landing. They think it's a flood. There was flash flooding in the area. Earlier in the show or in the movie, we hear them talking about 2 missing hikers.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there is
and some weather reports.
Yeah, regional lore starting to accumulate because it's now been 6 months of this in one area. Because it seems like it's an animal that would have had a larger hunting ground than a valley.
Yeah. Unless it's a baby.
But also, because it was getting fed regularly by Jupe, it stayed instead of moving on.
In that area.
Exactly.
Yes,
yeah.
That's what makes them terrible. Yeah. And that's why I liked that cloud to hide behind. Like
At one point in early development, it was pregnant. So Jean Jacket is technically a she still, but because of that development, that point.
Interesting. So yeah, they try to get rid of the TMZ reporter. He has an electric bike. He starts riding, and then Jean Jacket shows up, and the bike just shuts down, and he gets thrown from it. That looked brutal. You will not get me on a motorcycle, FYI. Fuck that. Fuck that.
I am not coordinated enough.
So yeah, OJ heads out. He's going to try to help the reporter, even though Jean Jacket's coming. Antler and Angel are getting footage of it. After Jean Jacket eats the TMZ reporter, OJ is getting away, leading it through the fields with the guys and the streamers.
So the TMZ guy seems to be mesmerized. I think there's a mesmerizing effect happening also, that because we don't get any of the crowd verbalizing what's happening to them, right?
Yeah.
It just kind of happens, and they're all screaming.
I think if you saw something that big come out of the sky, and like kind of, even if you in an abstract way believe in things that we don't necessarily understand or see, if you actually see something that you don't quite understand, it would probably like stupefy you, at least for a minute.
People, even when people just see the freaking SpaceX rockets, they're stopping like, what is that? What's going on?
Yeah. And like I said, when he reveals that there's a horse in a glass cage, that totally, like, everyone falls silent because they have their own suspense of what's going to happen to that horse.
Yeah. And
then, it gets worse.
Yeah, exactly. So, then at this point, Antler runs out onto a hillside to get a better shot, to get the shot. He gets eaten. Angel gets eaten but spat out because he was tangled up in a tarp and barbed wire. Angel is safe, and Antler didn't die until he left Angel. Jean Jacket it turns into like the big, he unfurls completely.
So this was the peacocking, is how the designers described it. So it for the first time it felt threatened.
Yep, it's an aggression thing, because you'll also notice it can't really eat things until it spools back up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hunting mode versus threatening mode are different.
Angel never left the ground fully because he was tied to the fence. I didn't realize that the fence was holding him. He was tied to the ground. He never got completely eaten or consumed. He just got licked
just
by
in its mouth
the
a little bit, played around with a little. OJ intentionally looks at Jean Jacket to distract it, tells M to get to Jupiter's claim on the motorcycle.
During her spiel, she mentioned motorcycles. Didn't say she fixed them or wrote them, just motorcycles.
I sing,
I do
I
them.
dance, I can do hair, catering, motorcycles.
I can do motorcycles.
Well, they were like the horse, a symbol of freedom in America.
Yeah. So she
modernity
horsepower
versus the past of her brother.
And if your dad won't let you fucking train the horses, you'll go find the next most dangerous thing
right
on the back of.
And it doesn't have eyeballs. She doesn't need to animal train it. Her brother needs to animal train the thing that can run without. It's such a cool contrast.
Yeah, and I wasn't allowed to participate, but you want me to care about it? You think my life is my side shit? Oh, now Pop's dead, so I got to pull my weight.
Yeah, exactly. When she rides to Jupiter's claim, She does the Akira slide into Jupiter's claim. She untethers the big helium balloon mascot of Jupe with a big winking eye.
This thing's gonna fuck you up.
This thing is gonna fuck you up.
One eye.
Like, you've got to be this traumatized to ride this ride.
One eye closed. I don't know that mirrors Otis Sr. at the beginning, whose one eye was taken out.
Oh, interesting.
Because eyes have a lot to do with it. Like, obviously loud noises are going to startle an animal. But we just don't, we talked to it earlier. We don't realize how eye contact affects large animals, not just primates.
Yeah, exactly.
Her quick thinking. Nobody said, get to Jupiter's landing, grab the balloon, let it go. Right. It'll kill the thing. She gets to Jupiter's landing and goes, I'm going to use that thing. She improvises, adapts, overcomes.
Like you said, she crawls up on the roof. Like, she gets closer to the predator to achieve her goal.
We don't think of her as fearless until this moment almost, which is like, again, a screw the audience joke in its own way.
But that's also the thing, though, is fearlessness isn't the point, right? Like, because both of them show fear in the face of Jean Jacket, but both of them still do the thing they need to do regardless.
It's like, you guys know the difference between being brave and being courageous. When you're courageous, you don't feel fear. When you're brave, you feel fear, but you do it anyway.
Yep. And you come up with a plan. You solve the. It's a problem and a solution. Everything is a problem and a solution.
Yep. The wishing well camera.
Yeah. Well, and the coins, the same things that killed her dad.
Yeah. It took the two of them. It took the two of them for all of this to work, but he couldn't have done what she did. Which is just
two different modes of thinking.
Well, they are very specifically created as polar opposites to each other. Green and orange are on opposite sides of the color spectrum.
Yeah. She's had to be creative. She's had to use her wit and cunning. He just has charisma. The horses for charisma. Yeah, exactly. And she has it. We even see her in Fry's. We don't see the other customer, but she's like, "Hi, you look so pretty." Like, she lives boldly.
She can do the same thing to humans that OJ can do to animals.
Yeah,
exactly.
She can talk to humans.
OJ isn't afraid of animals, but he doesn't understand people at all. They confuse him.
Which I think more than being on the spectrum, I think it's the experiences he was for, Again, I didn't grow up on a farm either, but I had farmers in my, so you don't get to stop. There's not a day off from your fucking farm.
Horse people are different. Cowboys are cowboys for a reason. They became an iconic identity in the same way that pirates did, because pirate lifestyle was so different from whatever was the way that people lived.
Yeah. My uncle growing up was a cowboy, and he was just a different dude.
Oh yeah, we know
a different kind of guy.
Yep. Yeah, they're different. She uses the balloon. It goes up. Jean Jacket tries to eat it, and as he pops it like he was popping the people, like Brian was talking about, and it explodes, exploding Jean Jacket, while she's getting hand-cranked pictures of it from the wishing well.
Brilliant.
Yeah. The reporters arrive.
I was telling Jay, I think the best thing that could have possibly happened to Emerald is getting worn out just a little bit by this whole encounter and killing an alien before her Oprah debut.
Yeah, because
she's about to go on the news.
She'd have been a mess.
She's about to tell this whole story. Yeah, we're gonna get this.
I once killed a motorcycle.
I love that we get the long shot, like, of slowly pushing in on her face as she looks out, and we don't see what she's looking at, and then finally, after an extended period, it cuts back and we see OJ standing on Lucky in the smoke, in the dust, and see that that's what she was looking at. Seeing that OJ was safe and Lucky.
Yeah, past meets future.
That's a good miracle.
That's a good miracle.
One good miracle.
Yep.
I guess that's all it takes, man.
And then we zoom in a close-up of a picture taken from the well of Jean Jacket, and we roll credits.
Excellent film.
Yeah. Just so good.
So it's a real good
OJ
time.
survived, in case anybody has never read a book or seen a movie
like
before.
I said, the creative writing majors got to pay bills at some point, man. And these think pieces aren't going to write themselves.
That's true.
Yep. God, yeah, we touched on all of the things I had noted as far as the Easter eggs and little things. Hell of a movie. It's so much depth, so much subtext.
Credits ending on a classic sounding Western score.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Almost Italian Western.
All of the genre mixing in it, the Westerns, the sci-fi, the horror.
It starts with the imagery of the jockey on the horse, and it kind of comes back to that, always been here, always will be here.
Yeah. So, great movie. Do we have final thoughts or any other unanswered questions?
No, it answers its own questions quite well.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything that's unanswered, I think, is
meant to be.
Yeah, meant to be, but also, yeah, exactly. Like, we're not meant to know too much about Jean Jacket.
And that is one of the things I'll say in reading some of because I read a bunch of different people's and watched a bunch of different videos of people's opinions on this. And one of the things that's like astounding to me is because a lot of film and television media has become so hand-holdy, people feel like they need the lore for everything. Yeah, like they need deep lore. And it's like, bro, part of the beauty of these kinds of horror, adventure, thriller movies is the mystery of it. Like, I don't need to know how many Jean Jackets there are. I don't need to know where they come from. It's just crazy that wonderful, horrible thing happened.
Yeah, exactly.
I find it interesting that that OJ did name the creature. He named it Jean Jacket. He gave it a name, just like we give animals names. Yeah.
The same way his dad did. He named it on its temperament.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's a human thing. That's why we started naming things, like to communicate and understand.
Yep. And naming something, even something that's as unknown and as weird and alien as Jean Jacket, giving it that name gave it some familiarity, which made it possible for him to work out in his brain how to solve this.
It grounds him. That's why he has Pop just recite the names. Just recite the names. Mm-hmm. This is a grounding, exercise.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic movie. Fantastic. But I think we have kind of touched on everything there, which and finished with nope, which means it is time for us to talk about what we're going to do next week. And next time on Haunted Phosphorescence, we're going to have a new movie picked out by Mr. Al Weber. Al, tell us what we're going to watch next time on Haunted Phosphorescence.
Unmute.
I kicked around a few ideas. Normally I've gone with like I've tried to go with the funny horror movies, Transylvania 65000. I think Ghostbusters was mine back in the day. I can't remember any of the others. But we already did one, Club Dread. So again, I was torn between. I kind of wanted to do something older because this was so new, but then I finally went with the one that was free to watch for me. And we've kicked around the name a few times. The Cabin in the Woods.
Ooh!
Oh, awesome!
Fun pick.
Yeah,
I think I called it. I think I called it. I told Jeremy that you were going to pick this one.
You did say that.
Right on. And I think we actually name checked The Cabin in the Woods last week.
Yeah, we did. So. Awesome. That is another incredible movie. Another genre bending, really great film.
Yeah. Chris Hemsworth, right?
Chris Hemsworth. Mm-hmm. That's how he got Thor. Well, part of how he got Thor, because he was working with Joss Whedon, who was one of the main MCU guys at that time. Awesome. All right. So next time on Haunted Phosphorescence, we're going to be watching Cabin in the Woods. Until then, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. This has been one of your hosts, Thoreau Smiley. And one more thing. You'll be getting a call from my supervisor asking how my service was. I'd really appreciate 5 stars.
5 stars, Thoreau.
5 stars, Thoreau. 5 stars.
For sure, baby. All right. I'm Josh Cece, and I do plots and squats, squeebs, weebs, motorcycles.
Squeebs.
All of it.
Squeebs.
Su casa es mi casa. I'm Brian Letch.
Oh, I'm Jeremy Reed, and you can't beat a fish sandwich.
You can't.
On the chest.
And I'm just an intergalactic traveler looking for peace, Alaric Weber.
But he'll eat you.
He will eat you.
I won't eat you if you don't look me in the eye.
Did we talk about the one-eyed, one-armed flying purple people eater at all?
No, we didn't mention that.
There it is.
That's we'll see you next time, everyone. Bye.
Bye.